WrestleMania 36. It's not necessarily the circumstances we all wish and hoped for, but the show must go on. And today on Destination PW, I'm going to give you guys my predictions and maybe give you guys some insight you guys weren't necessarily thinking about when it comes to these individual matches. So we're going to talk about it right here, right now on DPW.
You have arrived at your destination.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ango at Tango with Ango. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Oh my gosh, we're over 25,000. We're still going strong, and we're on the road to 100K. But today we're talking about WrestleMania 36, and we don't know what match is going to be on which night, because as you guys know, WrestleMania 36 is pre-taped. There's 2 nights of WrestleMania, and today, Saturday, Sunday, it's going to be a very, very eventful pay-per-view. Will it be incredible? Who knows? But I think there could be some potential. So I'm going to go through the card. Again, I don't know which matches are going to be on which night, but I feel like we should definitely talk about it. And if you guys disagree or agree, let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, guys, don't forget, please don't forget, but make sure you guys click that subscribe button and ring the bell. This way you could get notified on all the latest content right here on DPW. All right, guys, with that being said, let's start with the very first match on this prediction video. And we are going to start with Elias and Baron Corbin. Now, as you guys know, with Baron Corbin and Elias, it's a very, very interesting build. And I think WWE is in a situation where, truthfully, Baron Corbin needs to continue winning. So, despite him being a heel, despite him nearly killing Elias on SmackDown just about a week ago, it's very, very clear to me that WWE needs King Corbin to continue, success on the main roster. And I think for Baron Corbin, a world title picture might make a little bit more sense. It's been reported several times that Vince McMahon is very high on King Corbin. But I have King Corbin winning this match, and I don't think this is going to be anything more than a 5 to 10, 15-minute match. But what I think will be very, very interesting is how this match ends. And, I do also want to throw out there, I have not seen any spoilers. I don't know if spoilers leaked. I 100% have not read any spoilers. But I am just super confident in this that Rob Gronkowski will appear. As you guys know, Rob Gronkowski is a new signing to WWE from the Patriots. Gronkowski is hosting WrestleMania 36, and despite it being in an empty arena, I firmly believe that King Corbin is going to get the W against Elias, but Elias will have Gronkowski come to his aid after the match. And I think we're going to see Rob Gronkowski actually get physical in the ring. I even joked about this on Twitter, where I said WWE should parody the WrestleMania moment a few years ago. If you guys remember, I think it was WrestleMania 32, 33, I can't remember. Rob Gronkowski appeared when Mojo Rawley was in the Battle Royal. The security guard didn't know that Gronkowski was part of the act. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, basically on Twitter, all I said was WWE should reenact this. It would be really funny, considering that there is no crowd. Ultimately, it is a pretty dumb match, in my opinion. I don't think this match is going to be anything important, but I do think it's going to be important enough for Rob Gronkowski to show what he could do in the ring. So we'll see what Gronkowski could do. I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued. But I have King Corbin winning this match. I don't expect much to come out of it other than Gronkowski. Next match on the card, and some of these might go by a little bit faster because they have very little build. Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley with Lana. Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley. I don't understand why WWE put this on the card. There was virtually no build for this match. But it sounds like WWE's been, it looks clearly that WWE is starting to get a little bit higher on Aleister Black. So I do think Aleister Black beats Bobby Lashley. I think this is actually going to be a surprisingly quick match. I think Aleister Black's going to win with his finisher, the Fade to Black. And, Bobby Lashley, I think, will just go on to obscurity at this point. I think WWE didn't really have plans with the guy anyways. So I kind of see this being a situation where WWE they're going to use this as an opportunity to get Aleister Black over. I'm hoping that WWE, because this match didn't have a build, I'm hoping that WWE could do something in this match to make it more appealing, more interesting. And in order for WWE to do that, maybe a double heel turn or a double turn. I don't know. Maybe the idea of Bobby Lashley going face with Lana at this point could make sense. I don't know if that's the answer, but I'm just saying something needs to happen because this, to me, is like the bathroom break, and that kind of sucks. By the way, this card is pretty stacked, so I know I just told you guys 2 matches that really don't matter, but the rest of these matches are going to be pretty freaking awesome. So let's go into the next match, Street Profits versus Angel Garza, Austin Theory. I think Street Profits win. I don't think WWE has the balls to take the belts off of them just yet. Angel Garza, Austin Theory, whether or not they're still on the main roster after this, I'm not too sure. Booking-wise, I think this was a terrible decision by WWE to put them both in this match. I'm a huge fan of both of them, but I don't feel like they're being set up for long-term success in WWE. But when you look at 90% of the roster who doesn't get used in WWE, it totally makes sense that WWE would not do anything with them. Street Profits win. I think it's going to be a relatively quick match. What I do think will happen after this match is WWE will set up a new feud for Street Profits. There is going to be, in my opinion, some sort of run-in, some sort of post-match attack. That way WWE could start building towards a new storyline for the Street Profits. If I had to guess, I think it's going to be War Machine. I think War Machine as a heel tag team makes a little bit more sense to go against Street Profits. But what do I know? Just a prediction. Another match that I think should be very interesting, The Miz and Morrison versus the Usos versus the New Day. Right now, Miz and Morrison are a pretty sweet tag team, and I think WWE wants to keep the belts on them, but I think they'd rather do it later in the summer, maybe perhaps through SummerSlam. So I actually am going to go with the Usos here. I think the Usos will win. I'm excited to see what happens. Honestly, I'm really, really excited to see what happens. I think WWE's I think they're going to let them just go all out and have some fun. And if you guys know anything about the Usos versus the New Day, they have had some incredible matches. I personally went to one at Hell in a Cell a couple of years ago in Detroit. Very, very cool match. So I think this match will deliver in some aspect. I do think the Usos get the win. I don't think Miz and Morrison will be part of that finish. So I think this is going to be a different scenario where it's going to be the Usos and New Day. And then I think the Miz and Morrison, depending on how things pan out for the next few months, I think they'll get another shot at SummerSlam. Next match on the card, we have Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. Now, this match to me is probably one of the most important matches on this card because it's, depending on the result that you go with, could really determine the future projection of both guys. Seth Rollins being a heel, Kevin Owens being a babyface. I don't know what to expect here, in all honesty. This is the one match on the card where I don't have a for sure guarantee on who, I don't have for sure confidence, I should say, on who's going to win this match. My gut is telling me Kevin Owens, but my heart is telling me Seth Rollins. So for that reason, I'll let you guys decide in the comment section who do you guys got winning this match, because I really don't know. I think it makes more sense for Kevin Owens to win, but WWE obviously keeping Seth Rollins at the top of the card. It's been pretty important for them. Next match I want to talk about is the Undertaker versus AJ Styles Boneyard match. I don't see anybody beating Undertaker at WrestleMania ever again. So the Undertaker is going to get this match. I think this is going to be one of the most incredible things that we see in WrestleMania 36. This, to me, is going to be next level. I have a feeling WWE, because of the situation with them not being able to film inside an arena, I think WWE is going to do something very interesting, more of like a cinematic movie. But I think Undertaker is not going to get this win on his own, which is going to be shocking. He mentioned something in his promo about a trinity of some sorts. I think we could see Kane and Mankind possibly show up. I think WWE has the ability to do some special effects. Perhaps you can have Kane and maybe Paul Bearer. Again, it's pre-taped, so the idea that WWE can make this into a cinematic thing, I think a Boneyard match at this point is kind of like a Buried Alive match. But obviously, during this pandemic, you really can't say Buried Alive. So I think WWE is kind of in a situation where The Undertaker is going to win this match with the help of 2 other people, 2 other assets. It's going to help level out the playing field. And I don't think it matters if AJ loses to Undertaker. I think this is just such a great build. This is going to be one of those, I think this is going to be match of the night. If this is on night 1 or night 2, I think this is the match that really is a game changer for WWE, because it's going to be different. And I think that's exactly what you need to do at this time period when everything's empty arena. Next match, Kabuki Warriors versus Bliss and Nikki Cross. I think Bliss and Nikki Cross get the W. I think WWE is ready to do the title change. I think Kabuki Warriors are going to lose. And I think Kabuki Warriors are going to split. I know it sounds kind of crazy, maybe a little bit dumb, but I think WWE's at the point where they're just going to split them up. And I think we're going to see Asuka turn on Kairi Sane. I think that's what we're looking at here. And I think this will be really good because WWE could build on Asuka versus Kairi Sane for the WrestleMania 37 in Los Angeles. So Bliss, Cross getting the belts. This is a throwaway match in my opinion because unfortunately these women tag team belts really don't mean much. Probably going to be a cool match though. So should be interesting, but I don't know what to expect. Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. Very, very interesting match here. I'm going to give it to Otis as the underdog baby face. I think we're going to see him celebrate with Mandy, and I think there's going to be some very interesting stuff to come out of this. I don't think this is the end result of the feud. I think Otis will actually win in a squash match, which kind of sounds funny, but I think a lot of anger, a lot of excitement built up. I think he's just going to go in for the quick W, and Dolph Ziggler is going to do a hell of a good job making him look good. And I think we're going to find out maybe at WrestleMania, maybe after, who the hacker is. The person who revealed Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville's whole storyline. I think we're going to start to see that reveal happen soon. My guess for that is Mustafa Ali bringing light to darkness, in which he would then go on to feud with Dolph Ziggler. Intercontinental Championship match, Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan. Easily one of the matches that a lot of people could look forward to. Daniel Bryan's getting the W. And I think it's going to be a very, very interesting way of happening. But I think WWE should give it to Daniel Bryan. Maybe WWE is going to give it to Daniel Bryan. Maybe they won't, honestly. But I think Daniel Bryan should be the winner here. Not because Sami Zayn can't be a good champion, but I think Daniel Bryan is just one of the best of all time. So that's just me being biased. Realistically, the way that I see this panning out, Sami Zayn winning with Drew Gulak turning heel, turning on Daniel Bryan. Drew Gulak joining Cesaro, Sami Zayn, and Shinsuke. I think WWE is going to work on a all-out wrestling faction, and I could see them doing that, especially because Daniel Bryan and Gulak were starting to get over. I think WWE might make some changes to that, getting Daniel Bryan over as the ultimate babyface. It makes a lot of sense. But ideally, I don't want that to happen. I want Daniel Bryan to win. It's going to be a sick-ass match regardless. So definitely one of the matches I'm excited about. John Cena versus Bray Wyatt, Firefly Funhouse match. One of my favorite matches on this card. Probably match of the night, depending on what night it lands on. Hopefully opposite of Taker and AJ. This match right here, I think we're going to get something very special. And I think that's going to be a Bray Wyatt win. I think Bray Wyatt wins this match against John Cena. John Cena will turn heel. Every person that has ever lost to Bray Wyatt has gotten back to their roots. John Cena being a heel would make a lot of sense. I think this is going to be a fun match that it's going to be cinematic. It's going to be very movie-like, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this one. So definitely Bray Wyatt for this win. The NXT Women's title, the only NXT match on this WrestleMania card. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know if it's Rhea Ripley. I don't know if it's Charlotte Flair. I don't know what to predict here. On one hand, I say Charlotte winning makes the most sense for NXT, but I think WWE could very well be on their way to building Rhea Ripley up. So I think Rhea Ripley surprisingly gets the W over Charlotte Flair. And I think that would be kind of nice for a change. Not going to be a long match in my opinion, but it very well could be. I just don't think it will be. And I hope it's not a long match because with an empty crowd, I think it could fall flat. The Raw Women's title, Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler easily. I think this is the match that right now is absolutely crucial for Shayna to win. Like if she doesn't win, WWE has dropped the ball with her, and that's my fear. So my mind is telling me WWE is just going to give it to Becky, but I want Shayna to win this match. It just makes more sense for pretty much everything, to be honest. Edge versus Randy Orton. So this is a very, 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 very interesting match because the build has been so strong, so good. I don't see how you could give it to Randy Orton at this time. So I do believe that it is going to be Edge who gets the W. In a last man standing match, I think we're going to see a lot of stuff using the outside of the ring, which should be pretty cool. I think we're going to see a lot of weapons. I think there's going to be a lot of emotion, a lot of storytelling in this match. This one could probably be like a 20-30 minute match. And honestly, if I'm WWE, I would have this match main event one of the nights of WrestleMania. That's just what I would do personally. Whether or not WWE does it, I don't know, and I don't think they would, but I think they should. Edge getting the win makes the most sense. I'm excited to see what they do afterwards, because I think eventually you have to revisit Edge and Seth Rollins. So that's what I would do. That's what I would do personally. Give it to Edge, go back to Seth Rollins in the future so they could build off that storyline. SmackDown Women's title, Bayley versus Lacey Evans versus Naomi versus Tamina versus Sasha Banks. If you don't give it to Sasha Banks, it is criminal. So we'll just kind of leave it at that. Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre. My answer is going to anger some of you guys, but I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar because Drew McIntyre deserves the moment with 80,000 people watching. So if I'm WWE, I have Brock Lesnar call an audible, make a huge change to this match, script it in, have somebody attack Drew McIntyre, something. I don't know what it is. Just have them do something to get Brock the win. Have Drew looking very, very strong with the outcome. And then SummerSlam, hopefully in front of thousands and thousands of fans, give Drew McIntyre the belt. I want Drew to win, but I just don't know if they're going to do it at WrestleMania where there's empty crowd, and that's why I would give it to Brock. Universal title, Goldberg versus Strowman. WWE didn't really announce why Roman Reigns was out of the match. We all know why, of course, but WWE didn't announce it. Not a big deal. Goldberg versus Strowman. I think Goldberg should actually lose this match, but I see WWE kind of putting themselves in the same situation with Lesnar and Drew. I feel like they would rather have the Universal title being a new champion, on a bigger event, maybe with a crowd. So I don't expect these two matches to actually main event. I could totally be wrong, but the world title matches might not main event this time. Goldberg versus Strowman. I say Strowman wins, and then Strowman is a heel. In my opinion, I think that's the way you have to build it up, as a heel. I have to see some sort of heel turn tonight. Hopefully WWE kind of explains why he's in the match against Roman Reigns, or instead of Roman Reigns. And then I think WWE needs to build Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns. A lot of people hate that idea, but WWE had done a really, really good job with Roman and Strowman before. So that's the match that I would set up for SummerSlam if possible. Ultimately, a very, very interesting card by WWE, but I am excited to see what happens, guys. WrestleMania 36. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Agree or disagree. Let me know, and we'll talk soon right here on DPW. Thanks for watching.
You have arrived at your destination.